What's the most challenging thing, the hardest thing about being a teacher?
Oh, managing the workload. It's so much, and there are so many things that you want to be able to do, and we come to all these professional development opportunities, conferences, we take courses, we're always learning new things and trying to incorporate them all, and it can just be overwhelming, just the amount of information that's out there, and then trying to find the time to revamp everything and keep everything fresh, and keep up with the grading without losing your mind.
Yes.
Time. I never have enough time. And so I always feel under a little bit of stress and time pressure. If that would be my one request for my administration, is always give me more time.
It's all of the different masters, I guess, you have to serve. If it were just being with kids, it would be the most joyous thing ever, but you have to do a report for this administrator, or you need to, write curriculum all day, or the time outside of the classroom, meetings.
The worst things are the national movement in the whole country that trickles down on us. And it's the mania with high-stakes testing,
Yes.
the incredible numbers of tests that kids have to take, the way that the testing has affected kids' perspective on teaching and their relationship with teachers. The whole high-stakes testing thing started like 10 years ago. So now we have no kids left in school that don't remember when they didn't have to take all these different battery of tests every year. And their teacher in their classroom was formerly their advocate and their friend and their helper to explore learning, was now reading the scripts 6-7 times a year, sit down using the number 2 pencil, bubble it in, and we have to see the same doggone thing, and it puts us in a role that I'm uncomfortable with.
Well, after 18 years, I've seen a lot of changes in education, and those are the most challenging for me, is the new things that come in, the new evaluation systems, the new tests, all of those things. Every 2-3 years, they're saying, oh, now we're going to do this, it's different, and then I have to readjust the things that I do, and sometimes the new changes that they bring in, I don't necessarily believe in. And so then, now I'm evaluated on these changes, so I have to decide to either adopt them to get good evaluations or refuse them, which I've done a little of both because, I do believe that I do a good job and I have experience and I know what I'm doing, and just because the new state regulations say I need to teach this way doesn't mean that I believe that that's the best thing to do. So that can be really hard, is constantly changing, which I do think changing is good, but some of those changes I don't think are really based in some of those decisions are not made by people who really know what goes on in the classroom. So that gets really hard and tiring after a lot of years of that.
The difficult thing for me now is, of course, this incessant, crazy pressure on teachers to fix society's problems or to blame all that stuff. And so everyone's got a great idea. You have them, I have them, everyone's got a great idea. But usually I don't force 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 people to fulfill my great idea for me. And then I just get to walk away when it doesn't work or wasn't as good as I thought it was. So there's a lot of great ideas out there that everybody has, but teachers really pay the price in hours, stress, time, and money, and time taken away from their families and their personal interests. So that's what's difficult for me now, is to see new teachers that are already very quickly thrown into a situation where the stress levels and time commitments are so high that I don't understand how they can possibly manage a career of 20 years or more that I have, that they're already in that at a very early stage in their career.
I think the most difficult moment is dealing with that upset parent, that no matter what you say to that parent, you're not going to change his or her mind. And when you can't work together, that's really frustrating.
Particular moment in teaching that's difficult is when you see a student's potential that is not coming up because
the environment that he's in. So you, for example, you see seeing a student improving at school, but then next week he's going to a different home, and then coming back, then you see the behavior change back. That really is discouraging and breaking my heart.
I would say in the university setting, I have students who don't wish to be there. And it's sort of, you say séduire les élèves. It's not the American seduction, it's to get them, get them hooked. Why is this interesting? Why is this worth doing? Why should you relax? Why should you get rid of your inhibitions, and why should you join in this conversation? What can it do for you? kind of winning over the resistant students. Yeah, the reluctant ones, exactly. Yeah. And that never goes away. That never gets easier.